let's say you feel stuck in your life, like everybody else, you know, uh, you really don't know where to start. You want to do something. You want to do something meaningful. You want to do something purposeful. You just want direction with your life. You seem to be stuck, or you feel like you're under pressure, right? It's a feeling that most of us have, right? Even from a young age, throughout your teenagehood, right? Even as you grow up in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, people seem to live a life which is directionless. Okay, most of the people. I'm not saying I'm not within the most of the people, but now, what can you do? That's the question. What can you do? Right? If you're feeling lost, what should you do? Okay, let's maybe you have ambition, you have ideas, you have these goals, you see yourself there doing this and that, but where do I start? What exactly should I do? Okay, so basically, this video is all about answering all these questions, and I'm going to be using a workbook. The workbook is all about the Japanese concept Ikigai. I don't know if you have heard about Ikigai. I don't speak Japanese, so hopefully I'm saying Ikigai like the correct way, because you never know. You really never know. So for you guys out there who want to start, and they want to start now, and they want to start today, stick around to the end of this session. This is going to be a fruitful session. It might take time. I'm not sure if we're going to cover the whole thing, but hopefully, because it's about 40 pages. But it's just a workbook. It's not a book. It's not like a real book, whereby there will be long paragraphs and whatnot. And besides, it's not like I'll be reading. I'll be just explaining the whole concept of finding your purpose, meaning, and direction, using the concept of Ikigai. Now, before we start, I want to make sure that I've done the screening purposes for whoever should go through this session, right? Let's just say you are done studying your primary, secondary education, and you want to move on maybe to tertiary, to college, university. You really don't know what you want to do, or maybe you are not the academia type, or you don't want to take that route. You want to develop a skill, use that skill, or maybe you want to start your own business. You want to be an entrepreneur. Whichever way, this session can also be helpful. Or let's just say you're now grown up, 30s, 40s, and you haven't done anything meaningful with your life. You feel like you're under pressure, and you're like, what is happening with my life? Exactly, what am I doing with my life? Where am I going with all this? This Ikigai framework can help out. Even if you're around 50s, 60s, again, it's all about finding direction. It's all about finding meaning, and this is something that you can do at any age. So this is the screening purpose. This is the screening criteria, but it seems like most of the people, unless you're a high achiever and everything is well. Anyway, let's get into this. What is Ikigai? Really, what is Ikigai? That's the big idea. That's the question. What is Ikigai? And how can I find my Ikigai? And where can I find that Ikigai? And can I get a lot of those Ikigais? I know there are those people who want more of everything, right? Don't worry, you might not get your Ikigai after this session. That's not the case, but just the process, it's going to open your mind. It's going to open up direction and meaning into your life. So, Ikigai. The main focus of this workbook is to find purpose and meaning into your life, and we have 3 categories or 3 classifications that we take into consideration as we look for Ikigai, right? As we look for direction, as we look for purpose into our life. So what are the 3 important things, and what are the 3 secrets of Ikigai, or secrets to success, if you believe there's anything called the secret to success? I personally, I don't believe there's anything called the secret to success. I just believe the There are people who have documented their way to success, but it doesn't necessarily mean the way they did it is the way that is suitable for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that how somebody gets successful is exactly the way you should, because everything is changing, the environment is changing, but you can learn or pick up 1, 2, or 3 things, right? Anyway, let's go to our Ikigai, the framework. Now, Ikigai is a Japanese concept referring to something that gives a person a sense of purpose and a reason for living. Wow, that's nice. Imagine just having a reason for living. You feel special, you feel some type of way, you feel like, right? Ikigai, yeah, the pronunciation there, ki, then gai, yeah, ki, the keys and the gai, okay, is a concept that combines the term iki, meaning alive, and alive or life, then gai, meaning benefit or worth. Okay, so it's life and worthness, or alive and benefit. So anyway, you guys, you get it, you get the whole concept. It's all about life and worthness and benefit, what you can get out of your life. Maybe that's what they're saying there. So when you combine these two terms, it means that the term is saying your life is worth and purpose, meaning something along those lines, something like that. Let's get into it. Okay, in Japan, there is an island named Okinawa where people live a very long and happy life. As for them, Ikigai is their sole reason to live. Ikigai is a combination of 2 Japanese characters, Iki and Gai. We have said all this. According to Japanese culture, they believe that every human being has some special purpose in their life. Makes sense. Makes sense. Why would you come on this earth for no particular reason? Just to, I don't get it. It kind of makes sense when you look at it. If they find that Ikigai, right, then they can live a long and fulfilled life without even worrying about retirement. Yes, imagine you don't even worry about the bills. You don't even worry about all those things that you can worry about. Interesting. Sounds too good to be true, right? Anyway, let's dig deeper into the whole concept and see exactly what it's all about, right? Every individual can be different with Ikigai. Okay, I like that. Our Ikigai is residing within ourselves only. We only need to find it. Okay, I understand. I like the idea that we are all different. So if this framework understands that I'm different to you, then it looks like a good framework. So like we said earlier on, the Ikigai framework has 3 classifications, or even 4 or more, depending on which framework you're using. But this one in particular, we have 3. So number 1, write down things that you love. So the first classification of the Ikigai is what you love, right? It's about love. It's love, right? The moment you hear the word love, so many things spring out into your head. A lot of things. It's a word that is loaded with passion. It's a word that is loaded with a lot of emotions. But it's a good word. It's something positive, right? So I hope you have your pen and paper, right? I've got mine here. So basically, I'll be writing down my list. If it's possible, you can take a pen and paper and start writing down as we move on, right? So, what you love. So things that you love are things that you're passionate, things that you feel, the things that feels like play, right? Things, these are the things you do in your spare time, right? Yeah, you need to write down things that you do in your spare time. Okay, I'm going to write. I like reading books, so I think I'm going to write reading books, spare time. Yeah, social media. Yeah, in my spare time, I do a lot of social media. Guys, write whatever you love, whatever you like doing at your spare time, because for this session to make sense for you, for this session to have an impact, and let's take a pen and paper and let's move on together, right? And please don't copy me, please. I beg you, don't copy me, because like this session, everyone is different. Okay, let's move on. Right? Things you do when no one is watching. Things you do when no one is watching. That's a tricky question. I'll just write down, because I do this when nobody's watching, and so I wouldn't say it in front of the camera anyway, but I'm going to write down. Hopefully you're writing down. Okay, things you dream about, obsess, or preach about. I preach a lot about business, especially there was a time I would like talk about business ideas, throw them in the air. I was that type of guy who was just, I had several ideas that I would just be punching in the air and everything. Anyway, this is not about me, right? This is not about me. I'm just trying to help the session so that it makes sense, so that you see the direction of where we are going and exactly the point of this session. Okay, on the list, it's a list, right? You need to be listing these things. You can also include things that other people say you love, because sometimes we love certain things but we don't know it. We love certain things but we don't know it. Only people close to us who tell us, dude, you love playing games a lot, yeah, and you win a lot, but to you it's like playing, you might not even know it, right? So make the lists, include even places. Okay, even places. If you love hanging out at a certain place, just write the place. Even if it's apps, if you love WhatsApp, I know there are people who love WhatsApp, just include it. If it's activities, playing football, or it's gadgets, I love Xbox and PS. I like playing games, FIFA. Yeah, let me write FIFA. I love FIFA. I'm going to write FIFA. So basically, that's the first stage. That's the first category. What you love from this list that is in the workbook already. You can see that they wrote there's music, food, and add as many things on this list. Yes, add as many things on this list. You can even have 50, 60 things that you love. Okay, let's move on to number 2. So what is category number 2? Category number 2 is, already I think you have picked up that it's all about writing lists. Already we've wrote the list about what you love. Now we're going to write a list of what you are good at. Okay, now you need to take time to dig deeper, to introspect, right, and look deeply at what you're good at, right? Don't worry, some might say I'm not even good at anything, but trust me, you are good at something. You are good at something. Somehow you are good at something. Okay, so let's see how the workbook helps out in you finding something you are good at, right? Sometimes there are certain things that you are good at. You will see that you are good with your hands. Certain people, they are good with their hands. They're so technical. When something in the house breaks, they're quick to fix it. They are hands-on people, right? That's something that you're good at. Sometimes it's the mind, right? People are good at brainstorming ideas. People are good at taking bigger concepts and then breaking them down, right? It's those conscious people. Then sometimes you're good with people. You're just good with people. You're friendly. You're open to experience. You're very communicative, expressive. You have that charm, that demeanor that's within you. Write those things down, because you might be that person who is welcoming, very social. It's a skill. It's something that you're good at, right? And objects, right? Objects. You're good at playing an instrument. That's an object. Playing an instrument. Games, like I said, I like games. It's something that you're good at. And sometimes things that you're good at are things that you are paid to do, right? Those things that you're paid to do. Because if you're the highest paid salesman, it means you're good at selling. Write it down. I think I should be writing what I'm good at, right? Write it down. Or it's something that you have been trained, right? You have been trained. I've been trained in economics. I've been trained in finance. I've been trained in business sciences. I've studied that. I have degrees and certificates on that. So possibly I'm good at it. I think I'm good at it, right? That's my list, guys. That's my list, not your list. Create your own list of what you're good at, right? All those things that you have spent 10,000 hours on. the theory that was the 10,000 hour rule by Malcolm Gladwell, that says if you spend 10,000 hours of doing something, you become a genius on it. I'm not sure how far true that is. I'm really not sure. It depends. The 10,000 hours, if you were really doing the right thing, or you might spend 10,000 hours. Anyway, let's not dwell on the 10,000 hours. The big idea is those things that you have spent a lot of time doing. I've spent a lot of time reading. I've read a lot of books. I wouldn't say I'm good at reading, though. I wouldn't say. But anyway, you get the point. So, like we said, it's number 2, what you're good at. Make a list, write it down. On the workbook, there's music there and food. Music and food again. So write down those things that you're good at. Make the lists. Maybe even if it gets to 50, 60, 100 things that you're good at. Because for the exercise to make sense, you just need to make sure that your list is long and your list is exhaustive. The list is exhaustive. Now, we're moving on to number 3, right? Already you can guess. There's a picture there, the world needs. So basically the third category is what the world needs. I like this part. What the world needs, right? So I would want you to think about your community first, your community, right? We want to take it to stages when we want to think about what the world needs. Think about your community, right? What does your community need, right? What does the community need? Your next door neighbors, the shops, the roads, I don't know. Think about what your community needs, right? Then while again we are on what the world needs, because already if you write down things the world needs, if you write down the things that your community needs, already the world needs it, because your community is part of the world. You get the point. I'll say, okay, my community needs a better library with free Wi-Fi. That's me. Let me write it down. Better library with free Wi-Fi. I don't know about you, where you're living and where you're watching this video from. Then you think about your country. What does your country need, right? If it's Zimbabwe has a lot of issues. So Zimbabwe will need a lot of things. We have energy problems. We need more entrepreneurs entering the agriculture space, mining space. We need more leaders to solve the leadership issues around the country. We need more competent and more all those things. You can think about it. Then go to the continent, right? Already there is the to-do thing happening. So possibly we need peace. The world need peace. We need to be. I don't know. I'm looking for the word. Togetherness, unity. Yes, you need unity. Right? At a global scale, at large. Again, think about those things. What the world really needs, right? To me, I feel like the world needs to learn about business and finance. That's me. I feel like everybody in the world needs to understand what business and finance is, no matter what you're doing. Even if you're a doctor, even if you just need to understand these concepts. And entrepreneurship as well. That's me. You might have different things that you wish. Maybe you want gender awareness. Maybe you want guys, go out the list. Remember to write down the list. Just go out, include those things that are significant to you, things that hit an emotional chord, things that you feel so strong towards. Right now, while we are still there, look for big problems to solve. Right, big problems to solve. Sometimes you look at whatever is trending in the world, e.g., issues of climate, healthcare, all those things. So these are problems to solve. So write those things down. But these things, they need to resonate with you. These things, they need to be something that makes sense to you. That's the big idea. So if let's just say if you were to be the leader of the whole world, right, for a day, which issues would you tackle? Right, meaning that those issues are the issues that you care more about. Write them down. All the newsworthy problems that when you're eating or you are doing whatever you're doing and you just pass by the news and then you're like, what? Those things that draw your eyes. Write them down, right? So that's the Ikigai categories. The last Ikigai category, what the world needs. So that's the list there. For some reason, there's still music and food. But anyway, your list has to be extensive, comprehensive for the exercise to make sense, right? So we move on to my favorite part. My favorite part is where we make a Venn diagram. There already you can see we have the blue circle, the purple circle, and I'm not really good with colors. Really not good with colors. I'll call it red. Looks like red to me. So the blue, that's what you love, right? With the heart. There, with that guy multitasking, the purple there, that's what you're good at, right? And then there, the last part, that's what the world needs. So these are the three things. So when these things, when they are combined, right? When they are combined, they're in the center. That's where you find your Ikigai. They're in the center. That's where you find your Ikigai. Anyway, let me not move too fast. Let's move with the workbook. Now, here's the thing. It's okay not to find your Ikigai. Sometimes you might not find those things that you love, that you're good at, and that the world needs, and those things, they fall in one bracket. It's not really necessary. The big idea of this exercise is to build self-awareness. Already, by doing that, you might have seen what you want to do with your life. Okay, maybe if I study this, I think I'm good at this, I need to study this. I think I'm good at this, I need to open a business like this. Oh, I think I'm good at this, and also the world also needs this. So maybe if I do, you get how the Ikigai framework works. Now, let's say you get what you love and what you're good at. Just those two, right? What you love and what you're good at. So if you do what you love and what you're good at, we call it passion, right? Now, that's a passion. Like I said, I like reading books. I wrote it down there on my list. Right? I like reading books. What did I say good at? I said something that you have studied. What? Something that you're good at. So the economics, finance. So now, me reading books around business is something that I'm passionate about, because it's what I love, at the same time it's what I'm good at. Can you see the big idea now? Now the list, if you take your list where you wrote what you love and you take the list of what you're good at, if anything appears on the both sides, those things are those things that you are passionate about. Now, people sometimes, they do businesses that they are passionate about, and if it works, they're the happiest people in the world, right? But sometimes whatever you're passionate about cannot be something that will make you earn a living. So it needs to sit well with you. That fact that it doesn't necessarily mean that your passion is what you need to do, right? It doesn't really have to be the case, right? So you find people asking questions like, should I follow my passion or should I not? Like I'm saying, it depends. Because if your passion is collecting butterflies, that is, if you're good at collecting butterflies and you also love butterflies, I'm really not sure if your passion will make you money. I don't know. Maybe if you start doing documentaries about butterflies. Anyway, I really don't know how the passion will make you money, but you can monetize if you sit down and think about it. But that's the big idea. That's the big idea of the Ikigai framework already. It makes you ask yourself all these questions about passion, But anyway, what's passion? What is passion? Anyway, so far from what we have learned, we have said passion is something that you're good at and also love. But the dictionary definition, basically it says passion is a feeling of intense enthusiasm towards or compelling desire for someone or something. Passion can range from eager interest in or admiration for an idea, proposal, or cause, to enthusiastic enjoyment of an interest or activity, to strong attraction, excitement, or emotional towards a person. Yeah, it can be a person again. It's passion. So this is from Wikipedia. It's passion. It's that. I can't even. Hopefully you get it. So you can also make a list about your passion, right? You can also make a list about your passion. Do you get what is happening here now? Now we are grouping what you're good at and what you love, and that's your passion. There is a list, right? let's move on. Like we said, what you love and what you're good at, that's your passion. What if there is what you love and what the world needs? Sometimes you'll see that on your list there are things that you love and also the things that the world needs, and they seem to be colliding, So basically that will be your mission. If I look at my list there, what I love, I think I wrote what I love. I was reading books and social media there, and like I said, the world needs the world needs to educate people on finances and whatnot. Not so. To me, that's more of a mission. Already, that's my mission. To use my knowledge and break it down to the ordinary person, so that because it's something that I love, and also the world needs to learn about money, especially money, about finances, about business, entrepreneurship, and it's something that I love. So it's my mission. It's kind of my mission, and basically that's the mission of Zimboprenuer. That's why this channel was created. I don't know about your mission. Look at your list, just check the list between what you love and what the world needs. That's your mission. I think that's a graphic representation of a mission there between the purple. Is it pink? Whew, I'm so miserable with colors. Let me just stop it. I'm so miserable with colors. But basically, that's what a mission is. When you do something that you love and the world needs, that's a mission. Mission. Hopefully, by doing this exercise, you've been able to find your mission. Right. Let's move on. Okay, this is the dictionary definition of a mission, right? So that at least you guys get the whole thing. Okay, a mission. Any work that someone believes is their duty to do. That's a mission. My mission in life is to educate the rich about the suffering of the poor. That's an example. She is a woman on a mission, and she's determined to finish the project. That someone would say. I think that's how people would use mission on a sentence. That's from the Cambridge Dictionary. So, like I said, create another list of your mission. You check the things that you're good at and the things that the world needs. Those things appearing into both lists, that's your mission. Okay, we move on to vocation. What's a vocation? What's a vocation? Now, sometimes you'll see that there are things that you're good at and the world needs, right? When you look at things that you're good at versus what the world needs, that's your vocation. Vocation is more of a calling. When you look at it, vocation is more of a calling. Something that you're more drawn towards, that's something that you're inclined to. Because you might not be necessarily be making money out of it, right? But it's those things that you feel the duty to do. Anyway, you already you can see there's a pastor there. There's a visual representation, that image of a pastor. I think you get what vocation is all about, right? So, like we did in everything, you write down the list for vocation. There is helping the needy. You make the list and write it down, your vocation. I think already you have seen that we have now 5 lists. What you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, what you're passionate, your mission, and your vocation. You see, this is a nice exercise. It's a quite nice exercise, eye-opening. So, when you have those 5 things, your passion plus your mission plus your vocation, you get your Ikigai. So when you combine that list and you find that one thing which is common in the list of your passion, your mission, your vocation, then you find your Ikigai, the reason of being, your path. Isn't that interesting? Very interesting. You see, there There's a picture there where there's a star. What you love, what the world needs, and what you're good at. And when everything gets to in the middle there, where there's a star, if you find one thing or two or three, whatever, then that's your Ikigai. That's your Ikigai. Let's see an example. Okay, we have an example for Zimboprenuer there. The list: what you love, music, games, reading books, social media, gardening. That's what we love on this example. Then what you're good at: teaching, simplifying complex things, community building, brainstorming. That's what we are good at on the example. Then what the world needs: digital learning, business mentors, young leaders, youth programs. So when you take all those three things, when you find what is common in those three things, that's the Ikigai. Because if you see, there is reading books there on that side, simplifying complex things, right? And digital learning. These are the things that we combined, and these are the things that represent Zimboprenuer. That's the Ikigai. That's the Ikigai for Zimboprenuer. And from reading books, simplifying complex things, and digital learning, that's where you start asking yourself serious questions. Okay, this is the Ikigai, right? Let's pretend now that this is our Ikigai, right? Just drop your list. I want then to see how this framework is important and how this framework works. Now, we love reading books, we love simplifying complex things, and we want to introduce digital learning. So we need to think about how we can use these skills, how we can use what we love, how we can use all this, right? So we need to think about tangible products from our Ikigai, right? You can also even think about services you can create from your Ikigai, right? You can build online universities, YouTube channels, whereby you're simplifying those, you're simplifying the complex things, right? From the books, the finance books, right? And you're teaching people, reach out to a lot of people. Yeah. Do you get my point? Or you can create a book club, some sort of book club, whereby after the book club, people then discuss, right? They discuss, and that book club, you kind of do it as a live stream out to the world. Yes, it might be a club, but then it's now you start thinking how you can build your life, what you can do with your life, using the results that you have found from the Ikigai framework. So basically, this is Ikigai. If you want more, you can find us on social media, all those outlets, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, where we are trying to spread the word, where we're trying to build entrepreneurs, we're trying to simplify the world of finance, the world of business, so that we have more entrepreneurs, because I personally believe that only entrepreneurs can solve our problems, our world problems, by trying to be profitable, at the same time trying to change the world. Once you discover your Ikigai, pursuing it and nurturing it every day will bring meaning to your life. True. This is very true. It will, because it will feel like play. It will be like breathing in a way. It will be like breathing. So guys, I would like you to go out there and take your time to think about this concept. You can even download this video so that you play it again as you do the exercise. Share it to your friends. There are so many people stuck in life out there. There's so many people who really don't know the next move. And if you share this video, you might probably be that person who makes a difference into their lives. It's Zimboprenuer, sharing big ideas to big visions. and we go beyond